What's your take on why long-term interest rates haven't gone lower?
I think there's probably two things here that stick out to me. One is, well, inflation still seems like it's there, right? And we haven't gotten things back to 2%. And so there's just a risk of the Fed being caught off sides here if the Fed starts to cut more aggressively at a time when inflation might pick up. You could say, well, this time inflation is transitory. But we're dealing with potentially big macro adjustments. They might be costly. And if nominal incomes, labor income growth is reasonably solid, the cost might get pushed through to the consumer because the consumer can pay. And that's a dynamic that markets have to be sensitive to. So there's a level of, well, you're actually adding more inflation risk, and so that needs to be compensated for. There's also, I think, a level of political manipulation risk, right? If you actually did lower rates for reasons that aren't really grounded in data, I mean, Kevin Warsh said, like, I don't care about data dependence. If you're not doing things for like relatively neutral reasons and you're doing things for political convenience, one, the political convenience can cut the other way at another point in time. Let's say there are people who are doing things for partisan reasons today, and maybe it's a different person in the White House in the future. And then there's also just the issue of, well, there's just more instability. I want more compensation for that risk. If you look at the slope between 5-year notes and 10-year notes, it's kind of abnormally high, even considering that rate cuts have been priced in. If you think this process of setting interest rates is not really being guided by something relatively neutral politically, something that's more focused on the data, but is really just about pleasing certain presidential preferences and whims on a short-term basis, as a long-term investor, I might want more compensation for that.